up YouTube? How you doing? It's Chris, aka Mr. Ramon 420. I'm here to give you a review of Video Nasties, the definitive guide, the special 3-disc set from Nucleus Films. Let me give you a backstory on this, what a video nasty is. Back in the early 80s, England was in a bit of a turmoil with poverty, unemployment, war. They didn't know what to do, so they figured the only thing they could do was to control, the one thing that they can get their hands on, videos. Now at the time, videos were the biggest thing. I mean, bigger than DVDs. It just, because it was the only thing. And there were so many, video stores around. I mean, one on every corner. They weren't really regulated until a certain time came around when someone, we'll call her Mary the Bitch, decided to create a list. That list was known as the Video Nasties list. The Video Nasties list was basically set up of 72 films that were corruptible to children of England. Now, the problem with this list was the woman never saw any of the films. She said, "It's too proper. I don't think I really should check it out. Time for my enema." Oh. She was a stuck-up bitch. And again, unfortunately, she was friends with Margaret Thatcher, who we all know at the time, she was the Queen Bee. This process came into figuring out what films had to be put on. Once they found and made the list, they went to the video stores, they saw the videos, they took them off the shelf, and majority of the time they either store them or burn them. Why burn classics? Oh, and of course the owners of the store were either, fined or jailed. That's a great thing to do. There were a lot of impactful films that were on these lists. Some for great purposes, others for not. I'm going to give an example. Thriller Killer, Abel Ferrara's, I believe 1979 classic. The reason it made it on the list was because of the cover, the one where Abel's drilling a hole in a guy, and that's it. It wasn't really a hardcore film. It wasn't really that violent. It was just because if they changed it over, it would have been okay. But I think it was just a controversy that they wanted. And of course, with the controversy, you got more sales, people renting. Us guys over here in America heard about this, like, oh, that's a video nasty. Ooh, we gotta rent that. We gotta check out the C1. And of course, most of the time, it was just a fucking disappointment. But most of the time, but then there were other times it really wasn't. Being a kid of the '80s, you heard about it, you knew about it. You're always interested in finding out what were the films. This 3-disc set actually tells you all 72 of the films. And the great thing about it is, this one, the documentary, has a whole bunch of people, from each side of the argument. Ones that were for it, ones that were against it. Some great writers, some great actors, directors, and this set was actually created by Jake West, who made Evil Aliens. And if you guys ever seen the opening to Evil Aliens, who needs an anal probe? But anyway, this one is fantastic. This 2 is basically all 39 video nasties, the ones that stayed on to the very end of the list, and some that are still considered banned today. With this one, not only you get the trailers for each one, but you get an intro to each of the trailers, and they're usually maybe 5, 6, maybe 10 minutes long. It tells you a great story about it, tells you what happened, who was involved, why was it banned, what was the purpose. And you find out so much more stuff. You never would have learned before. Now the third disc contains the 33 films that weren't banned. They were somehow acquitted, and they were let off, which was good for them. Some of the films that were acquitted were The Beyond and Boogeyman. Some of the films that weren't acquitted were I Spit on Your Grave and Cannibal Holocaust. Now this is one of the limited editions, and you guys seen what's inside this, but this is the postcards that came with it. Zombie Flesh Eaters, Nightmare and Damaged Brain, one of my classics, I Spit on Your Grave, The Drug Killer. The only reason this got a video nasty. One's favorite, Cannibal Holocaust. People love that. But yeah, it's really a great history lesson for a lot of people. If my suggestion is definitely check it out. Got it for a cheap price. Best way I actually got through the distribution site. I ordered through them, and it was pretty cheap. They had a sale on it at the time. It was $20, and that was American dollars. So hooray! Definitely happy about it, and it's definitely a great purchase. I keep telling my brother, it's once I'm done checking it out, and I told him, once I'm doing a review, you can see he's still looking forward to it. Because like him, he was also a kid of the 80s, so he loves this type of shit. But yeah, so Video Nasties, the definitive guide, a great find, a great buy for people that want to remember history, and for those that don't want to repeat it. I'd say definitely go for it. Enjoy it. Well, that was my review for Video Nasties, the definitive guide. A great purchase and a great find. Go check it out. This has been Chris, aka Mr. Remote 420, saying rate, comment, subscribe, and don't drink the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid's gone bad.